Hey guys, Tara here. Welcome back to an episode of Race Mania here on BeamNG.drive, back on the Road Atlanta circuit because things just didn't go very well in test runs on the other track. And I also say apologies if I sound quite annoyed in this episode. It's because I am. Because this isn't the original recording of this run. But the last PC Windows update decided it would reset all my Bandicam settings, not tell me. So I recorded this week's videos, all thinking all was fine, but no game sound, no mic sound. So if one of these either recorded, I could have just winged it and used it with no game sound, or just relayed a post-com over it. But no, so I've got to redo all the videos for this week. So I won't say what happened in the other one because it might happen in this one. So if it doesn't, I'll say what happened in the original recording. This one you'll never see. So at the front is the hot rod version of the hopper. Near enough an open wheel car, so this thing probably will cause chaos. In second place is the Bolide, but it's one spec up because the hopper is fast enough that it was faster than the other Bolide that I had. So I've had to up this by one to put the hopper in the front so it doesn't get crushed because it is a hot rod, so it's pretty flimsy. In third, we have the Ford Falcon. In fourth, we have a very pink Kashira. And at the back, we have a off-road version of the Barstow. So the Barstow goes from the front being the slowest to the back is the fastest. And I know I don't usually have, if a car goes out, I don't have another type of it the next round straight away. But just with the absolute size of the Kashira, I thought I'd need something even bigger to deal with it. And the gaps between the cars, I just had a complete guess at this because I'm running short on time at the time of recording this. So I've just stuck the cars round about what I think they were, gaps between. I know it's not right because it looks completely different to what the starting grid did for the original recording of this. Either way, remember to comment down below which car you think is going to win. I'm not going to say because I said in the last round. So I don't want my decision to sway your vote. So starting on board here with the hopper, which is also in the Taurus. Looks like the Taurus livery from F1 2018. If you've watched my Uni 1 career, you know that the Taurus is pretty terrible. So hopefully something without livery can do something fairly good. Okay, the Kashira's first car to make contact with something. Okay, everything looks like it's now found each other. So it's pretty more team start. Yeah, I know the gap between the cars is too big at the start, but maybe for something fairly clean at least. Although the Ford Falcon's actually going to get set around hard into the wall, is it? It's going to make contact, it's going to nudge the wall. Oh, okay. I think it avoided the wheels, but that's not going to do the side of it any good whatsoever. Now then, actually the Bastow's falling away quite a bit. Actually, Kashira's going to go for a hard ram, is it, on the back? Oh, that's a hard hit. And now then, is the hopper going to lose it? Yes, it is. But is it going to spin out in front of the Barstow? The Bastow's just going to miss. But it's like the Barstow is going to go for a hard ram on the back of the Kashira, is it? No, it's not. It just lost momentum a bit too much there. But the Ford Falcon, of course, is deciding to go the wrong way. That's definitely not something he did in the first recording of this episode, I'll say that much at least. Let's get it turned around. Hopefully avoid the wall, which should do just about. Hopefully I've not missed anything up front while I was trying to get this car turned back round, but it looked, well, it was driving the wrong way perfectly fine, so it should be okay to keep going. But with this car being side, it's going to pause it for a second, then put it back on random, back into normal speed and get it going again. Now then. Well, that with the hopper, that's getting itself turned around, so that's going to be fine. So it's the Bolide that leads from the Kashira, which is the car that needs to... Oh, come on. Come on, Ford Falcon. But as I was saying, the Kashira is the car that needs to win because it won last time. So let's just try and get this going again in a straight line. I know it's got a lot of power, but I don't see why it's struggling because it drove the wrong way perfectly fine. So why can't it drive the right way? You know, even I can't do it. I don't know what's wrong with this car. I mean, the damage isn't actually touched the wheels, I don't think, so I don't know what's wrong with it. Now then, let's try and get it going again under its own power now. So it's still the Bolide that leads. Actually, well, the top three will find each other. I think the Barstow is probably the car out of this lot definitely in the best condition. And the Hopper seems to have got going perfectly fine, and the Falcon's finally going fine as well, but that's... Well, the damage doesn't look as bad as what I thought it was from the front, since that's the bit that made contact with the wall first. The front bumper of the Kashira is now inside the engine, which probably isn't going to be too good for the car. And the Suspension on the back of the hopper's collapsed to the rear right, which isn't surprising because that's just something that happens on hoppers. Okay, the bow light's been sent round. I completely missed that. Okay, looks like the Kashira's not having the best of times either. But the, oh wait, the Barstow's missing a wheel. What have we missed? Missed something absolutely mega, it seems. And let's rip off the rear bumper, which looks like it's going to take the fender of the Barstow with it, is it? No, but, okay, is that the wheel? Okay, well, there goes, that answers that question where the wheel went, at least. But the Kashira now is just pulling away. And what happened here? Is the Barstow... No, the bowlight's going the wrong way. Of course the bowlight's going the wrong way. Of course everything would happen in this video completely differently from what I did in the original recording of this. So I'm going to have to test even more cars for the next one. Because most likely things... I put that on disabled. Why is it still on random? I'm sure I pressed disabled. Either way, it's definitely going the wrong way, so I definitely have to get this turned around. Hopefully it avoids the wall, which it does. It looks like though the Kashira does have a pretty convincing lead though, from the last thing I saw of it. Now let's put this back on random. And like I said, the bow light, it's a valiant effort, but this thing does seem to get sent around fairly easily. And the Kashira, that is not actually smoking anymore, or is it? I can't really tell from this angle. It looks like the smoke's disappeared, so I don't know how that's happened. Then we have the Barstow, which is somehow on 3 wheels. I don't actually know what happened, but the hopper is, well, it's no one of its own really in fault, isn't it? And the Falcon should catch it up at some point, since it is a faster car, and with the damage not affecting anything major, shouldn't really be too long until it catches up. But the Kashira is just so far out in front now, having it all its own way, and, well, I'm pretty sure what happened in the last one isn't going to happen in this round, so I'll spoil the results of the round that you'll never see now. The Barstow was out in front by a country mile over everything else. The Kashira was in second, but was heavily damaged, and the Bolide, who just makes a nice cameo right there, was in third, but was faster than the Kashira due to its damage. On the final lap, final corner, the Barstow, its brakes were cooked, went straight on, spun out, and spent so long trying to get itself back recovered, it dropped down to 5th place and was out. That would have been... my commentary was just on point in that round. Where's this... what's the Kashira doing? It basically did this. This is what the Barstow did, and dropped down to last place. Well, you just got a nice demonstration of it though from the Kashira, which is now deciding it wants to go this way, which... Well, the Barstow, its brakes cooked, so it had to wait till it hit a wall, and in the end I had to get it to face the right way across the finish line. Anyway, let's get the show go. Well, the spoiler is well, it's going to be some interesting aero. Let's say that much. Yeah, so the Kashira was gifted the victory in that round, so it doesn't look like anything's going to change there. But the only car that I would have needed to change would have been the Barstow for what would have been the next round. But at this rate, it looks like I'm going to need a new Barstow. So the round that I had planned for next time might actually still be able to go ahead, all things considered, as the hopper surprisingly got past. Well, the Barstow I think is keeping off the racing line. The front bumper of the boat I don't actually think is attached anymore. It's just because it's just honestly getting pushed along at this point. So the only thing left to put the Falcon down, to put the Barstow down in last place now is the Falcon. Okay, this wheel isn't looking all that healthy, so yeah, I still want to know what happened with that contact. So I'm guessing the Bolide and the Kashira, I guess the Bolide got spun or something and made contact with the Barstow. That's all I can really guess is what actually happened. Although the hopper does seem to be limping quite a bit, so yeah, it's not going to probably be as action-packed as what the original recording this round was, and that's going to be contact between the Falcon and the Barstow. Now then, is that going to send the Barstow round? It's going to send it wide, and is it going to clip? Oh, it clips it a little bit, but that's not going to do anything to the Falcon, I would have thought. Although the Falcon, though, has actually lost it. Is it going to go into the wall again? Or it's going to spin itself around? Can it avoid the wall? Puts the power down, try and get itself going? Although I'm going to have to get the Falcon going again because it's got that much power being a muscle car. The AI can't do anything about it. And it's just going to do a half donut because the AI just go full Jeremy Clarkson and full power, which I can agree to, but in this instance, not really. Also, something else I just realised that got reset in this last Windows update is my cursor. because it's gone back to this default tiny white mouse. I had it on the giant one. Well, not giant, but the biggest you can get under the mouse settings and see-through. But black, so like inverted colours from what the mouse shows. I need to change that back after this video as well. So the Kashira is still smoking away, and doesn't look to be having any more problems than what he did on the final corner last lap. And talking of final corner, oh, he's got a NOS tank in the back of the boss, I didn't know that, but the more you know. And the Hopper now starts the second lap, and the Bolide is already in turn 1. The Bolide also finished in second place last time. And now again, here comes the Falcon again. Okay, that's a much more aggressive hit. And actually, he's eaten the rear bumper of the Barstow. And now then, is he going to shove the Barstow around again? Well, it's eaten the wheel. It's eaten the wheel. The wheel's eaten the front bumper. Now I need to try and pull this out without destroying the wheel, although I think it may already be broken at this point. Let's pull it this way out. And let's see if the Falcon can recover from this. It slams on the brakes, which is probably the best thing the AI has ever done, although it is now going into wiggle mode, which is never a good thing because it just gets progressively worse like that. So now I'm going to have to put it back on disabled. And you think a Barstow on 3 wheels going about 20 mile an hour would not be this much of an issue. I mean, it's keeping way off the racing line. Actually, they're both catching up to the Hopper as well, so don't know what's wrong with the Hopper for it to be limping as much as it is. Is it still going to go wiggle mode, Falcon? Come on, you're better than this. Stop wiggling. And it's going to make contact with it once again with the Barstow. It's like the Barstow, is that going to get sent around? No, that's going to be able to control it. For now, I mean, having that wheel going on that side is probably doing it favours because it looks like it's being able to control it fairly well. Although it's still keeping way off the racing line, giving the Falcon space to get past, but the Falcon, it's being very stubborn, I have to say about that. Of course, whichever of these cars finishes in last place will be out as things stand, because all of the other cars are still going as well. Like, you can't pit it round, because that thing, well, it's now 3-wheel drive, but it was originally 4-wheel drive. Now then, it's still going for it now, because the Falcon finally made its way through. The Barstow made contact with the wheel, but I think that's the Barstow now almost certainly in last place now, with just a very flapping front grille. Now then, the Falcon makes contact with the Hopper, shoves the Hopper out wide. Can the Hopper keep control? I mean, going slowly it is, as I'd have been disappointed if it couldn't have controlled that. And I'm surprised that the front bumpers actually remained under this definition of attached with the car still, as the Falcon is just wiggling its way down now, even at these slow speeds. But the Kashira is going to have probably the easiest victory that it's had so far, given it's only its second victory to be fair to it, but it was a lot easier than what it had against the D-Edge Outlaw in the last video, which will be on my channel, not the original recording of this. So either way now, let's see if we can actually get around the final corner this time. Without any issues. I don't know what happened to it last lap. You know, just going to throw itself into the final corner once again, is it? No, it gets around there much better this time. And the spoiler looks to have set itself back in the roof. So coming now over the finish line is going to be the Shire to take another victory in this recording. Now then, let's see how far this thing goes to try and keep up with everything else. Looks like it's going to go slightly off the racing line, so well, it's leaving space for the cars to get around it at least. The Bolide though, to be fair to it, wasn't all that far behind. And the front lights, yeah, both those front lights still work, which makes absolutely no difference, but at least it's always nice to know that the pop-up headlights survive, I mean, given where they are. I mean, they've been hit off once before, I remember in a video, I think it was the 25th one of this, one of the lights got hit out on the wall. Don't know why I remember that, it's just one of those useless things I remember. The Kashira actually deciding it wants to go a bit further forward, which is probably for the best, really, given everything else that's going to come up behind it. Now then, the Bolide now making its way round the final corner now. If that front bumper survives, if it makes contact with the Kashira, then that'll be even more amazing. But the Bolide coming up to the finish line now is going to finish in the second place. I mean, it's a good result for the Bolide coming across the line. 60 mile an hour, which is actually pretty good speed as well, given this is the second place car. Now then, is it going to go make contact with the Kashira? And I think if the Kashira hadn't have moved, that would have been contact. So what's now in third place? Okay, it's the Falcon, and it's going to be a while to actually get to the finish line. Now, making its way up to the second last corner now is the Falcon. Actually kept itself under control ever since it wiggled its way into turn 1. Well, yeah, loosely under the tongue, keeping it under control. The AI hasn't started going to wiggle, is what I should probably rephrase that to. It started smoking though, but this close to the finish line, that really doesn't matter. But it looks fairly dramatic from the on-board camera. Now then, going around the final corner now, no issues. Now it's going to plant the power out the final corner. It's actually not wiggling too badly, but now then, coming up to the finish line now, and it's actually going slower than what the bow line did. I mean, with the damage, probably is affecting it quite a bit since it wants to wiggle everywhere. And is it going to make contact though with the back of the bow line? Slow it down. Is it going to make contact? It is. It's just going to nudge the bow line. Is that going to send the bow line? Well, it's going to send it off probably into the wall. Is it going to go into the wall though? I think it's... well, it's going to give it a little tap if it does anyway. And the front bumper is still attached, and obviously if it goes forward it's going to be more attached. This might actually detach it, but going at this speed it's now going to reach the wall. So now then, what's up next to make its way to the finish line? It's going to be the hopper, which, well, the onboard HUD camera, the HUD doesn't actually appear to, well, it's not there, so the HUDless camera. And now then, going at 36 mile an hour from this camera view, looks a lot faster than 36 mile an hour, but I will say this car has survived better than what it did in the original recording of this, because it's still finished, but it was going a lot slower than this. And, well, this thing's going about as fast with the Toro Rosso livery as the actual Toro Rosso car in my Uni 1 career, going about 40 mile an hour. That's fairly accurate representation, I'd say. Although now it is making its way, though, finally into the second to last corner, so at least it's got no problems spinning out. The Barstow there isn't going to finish. Well, it might actually finish, but it's going to be out of the next round. And that was the only car that got replaced in the original recording of this. So my plans for the next round, thankfully at least, can still go ahead. So I guess that's something though. So I don't have to go and test the load more cars on top of having to do a load more commentaries next week to redo all the ones from this week. Either way, they're making its way now into the final corner, going at 27. That looks a lot faster than 27 mile an hour on the car speedo. But either way, now making its way. Well, it's actually braking, so definitely something is definitely quite a bit broken on this car. But the hopper does finish in 4th place, which is what it finished in the original recording of this. And all the cars actually ended up finishing in the same order that they finished the original recording of this round in. And now then, which only leaves now the Barstow with its. I suppose the NOS tank hasn't fell off. Can the NOS tank fall off? It probably can. Either way though, if you look at it from this side, it actually looks fairly okay, of course besides being fairly wonky. But either way though, it is going to cross the finish line at least. And it got here a lot quicker than what it did in the original attempt at this. Now then, let's see if this thing actually stops, because last time the brakes cooked and it didn't actually stop. Now it's just going to send itself into the wall, is it this time? It's crawling anyway. It's just going to nudge the tyre wall, and yeah, it's going to stop there. As the hopper sent itself into the wall on this side as well. I think the best surviving car probably has to go to the hopper really, even though it's crippled. It still looks in the best condition. Then again, the Bolide, well, it's more of a blocky car, so that survived pretty good as well. So remember to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Mentally, also comment down below, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Remember to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they'll be linked down in the description. Thanks for watching, I'll see you all next time.